Our team had like a lot of energy, and yeah, we started playing.
And then I noticed your reaction after you passed in the for the first bucket for a dunk. You really reacted to that. It just seemed like you were more confident today.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel more confident.
Out of all of those, just which one do you think was the best pass?
The best pass, I would say the lob to Ian, or the first one when I threw the lob, the first play of the game.
What do you remember about that play to Ian, towards the end? I feel like he kind of cut baseline or something. Like, what do you remember about that?
You talking about the lob?
Yeah, lob pass.
Yeah, he told me the lob was open. He told me I think they were shooting free throws. He came up to me. He was like, the lob is wide open. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. And then I came down and just threw it. So, yeah.
What did you make of, obviously you set a career high today, just the performance Ian did have in that first start? He was saying that a couple guys gave him some advice before he went out there. What did you think of the way he was able to take on big minutes and play the way he did?
Yeah, I think he's just been waiting for his opportunity like that. And he got it. And he almost had 30 points. So I feel like that just says a lot by itself. Yeah.
Was there any particular advice you gave him when he was going to make that first look?
I just told him keep shooting. I felt like everybody out there was a mismatch guard to him. So I was just telling him just keep going.
There are instances that the game went on to going from inside out to the outside in. It seemed like there was more of an emphasis going.
Yeah, the scouting report for their team was that they didn't have a lot of inside presence and like shot blocking, and they didn't have a lot of height. So we were just trying to attack the paint and make it possible.
Elliot, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it just seemed like it was a little bit more freeing for you tonight. I mean, there's been some frustrating games recently in the past. Did you kind of feel the same way? Just like you kind of got back to maybe your normal self and how you played maybe before this tough stretch?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely felt like I had a tough stretch of games, and I felt like starting now, I feel like I can flip it around and get back to how I played the first like 5 games of the season. I really feel like I'm really confident that I can get back to that point for sure.
During that tough stretch, was there conversations you had with people off the court? Was it more of an internal search for you? I guess what was kind of that stretch like for you?
Honestly, I was like kind of like really sick that whole time, so that's not an excuse for like all these turnovers, all the bad plays, all the missed shots, but that was going on, and yeah, but I talk to Coach Page every day about all the stuff we do film every single turnover. I've watched it, and yeah, that's my biggest emphasis, just trying to have zero every game.
Was it like a flu or the cold, or was it just kind of like a winter sickness?
It was like a heavy cold, really heavy, and it lasted for like 8 weeks.
Jeez.
So,
you talk about your relationship with Coach Page. I guess how important has he been throughout this process? I know you guys have a super close relationship. You mentioned watching the turnovers. I guess how much more film have you guys been watching during this stretch for yourself?
Yeah, we've definitely been watching a lot more film than usual, and it's just great to have him in my corner. He did everything that I'm trying to do, so
yeah,
it's good to have his advice.
Elliot, you mentioned the turnovers. Did you feel at any point, I guess, during that stretch, did you almost feel like you put too much pressure on yourself, if that makes sense, to kind of make certain plays and things like that? Do you think there was any degree of that going
on? Maybe a little bit, but yeah, I've tried to stop. Put a lot of pressure on myself.
No, it's sort of in that same vein. What do you think the headspace of this team is going into the meat of the ACC schedule?
I think we have a lot of confidence. Ian found his way on the team. Like he's playing how Ian plays. RJ is playing now like the ACC Player of the Year. So I think I'm gonna get back to how I was playing. So we're really confident after like being in a great UCLA team. I think our confidence is rising every day in practice.
Was it like a visible difference after the UCLA game in practice that you guys were just more engaged, more snappy?
Yeah. For me, I think the turning point was after the Florida game. We realized that it was a top 10 team in the country, and we felt like we were truly better than them. So just realizing that, I felt like it was a turning point, and then we just brought that confidence into UCLA.
Did you know that you had a career high in assists today, or did you just find out when they showed them?
Nah, I definitely knew. Like, I was looking up there, and I definitely knew, and my teammates knew. So I told them. I just wanted 10. I didn't really want 12. So when I had 9, I told my teammates, like, pass it to you. You got to shoot.
So you count. You count.
No, I don't count. I just look up sometimes. I don't ever look at points. I just look at my assists sometimes.
Was the 10th one the lobby in, or was that the 9th one?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It was your first career double-double
I think the
as
one
well.
to Ian was the 11th one.
Is that what it was? Okay, yeah, that's right.
You guys kind of ran that play a lot. Is that something that you guys do a lot in practice, or was that just because you guys?
Which one?
The kind of you passing it and then lobbing.
That wasn't really a play. When they went into that 1-3-1 zone, it was just we just had our spots, like 2 up top, 2 in the corner, and it's not really a play. We're just trying to move the ball as much as possible and punch gaps. So he just cut back door, and I just see him slide.
You were talking about ACC play. Last year, you guys won the title. You even kind of brought it up that that standard was set. What do you think last year kind of allowed you guys to have the run in ACC play that you had? You ended up going 17-3. What do you think was the key elements to that?
I just think honestly we were better than everybody. We had a really, really good team, and we were really, really competitive and really, really tough. And we had the best big man in the country and the best guard in the country, so it's kind of hard to beat that.
So with this year's team, and obviously you got the win against Georgia Tech earlier this month. I guess as you look at the team as it stands now, what are some of the areas that you guys need to especially excel in to take on that ACC stretch, which of course starts on Wednesday?
It's just defense, rebounding for us. We never worry about offense. We have so many talented scorers, so that's never a worry. And it's just like ending games, like the last 4 minutes of tight games. I think like all of our losses were like really close. So. And we flipped that around in the UCLA game, and we have confidence that we'll flip it around now. We did so much film on those last couple minutes of every loss, so it's like we know exactly what we want to do, and we know like exactly how we want to play in those last minutes, and that's what it's going to come down to in the ACC, especially on the road against any team.
You said you watched a lot of film. Do you know, I guess, the amount of time that was spent, I guess, specifically on closing minutes, or even if you don't remember the specific amount of minutes, could you just tell, like, okay, this is a longer session than...
Yeah, there was one game I forgot, but we watched like the whole game, and we're pretty much talking about every play, pausing every play, and it took a really long time, but we really needed it, and it helped us a lot.